Hopefully you guys are doing good. Today, it's a beautiful day. We're going to go to the beach, go some other places, and talk about 5 biggest mistakes that beginners make in the gym. So these 5 biggest mistakes are going to be more of just my based opinion. There is a little bit of science behind it, but realistically, I've been training for 5 years. These are mistakes that I've made as a beginner, and which I realized real quick that I should have changed these immediately and fixed these and correct them. But when I tell you guys these, you'll change your habits if you do have these unhealthy habits, and you'll be able to start lifting and actually gain some progress. So, number one, we're talking about ego lifting. So ego lifting is a no-no. That is one of the hugest mistakes you can make as a beginner, and I'm not gonna lie, every beginner makes it. If you're a first-time gymmer, you go just first month, you go into a gym, you get a membership, and now your ego is already high. You're in a gym, you think you're top dog. You walk in there, you grab the 60-pound dumbbells, and you just start cranking bicep curls. You're throwing your body everywhere, thinking you're doing it. You do 8 reps, you're like, I'm a unit. No, absolutely not. Ego lifting is not the way to work out. Well, people think ego lifting can be beneficial in so many different ways, but it's not. Not at all. Ego lifting is trying to impress others and also trying to impress yourself. So for ego lifting, biggest thing is just don't do it. You're going to injure yourself. If you're throwing up 60-pound dumbbell curls and this is your first time in the gym ever, you're not big, you weigh 140 pounds, you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get an injury. So ego lifting, it's not going to help you. You're going to injure yourself. If you're throwing up 60-pound dumbbells and it's your first time in the gym ever, you need to slow down. Lower that weight, slow and controlled form, and just focus on the form. Do not be throwing up just random weight. The second biggest mistake is skipping compound lifts. Beginners do not understand that the foundation of building muscle and strength is through compound lifts. This includes deadlift, squat, bench, and even an overhead press. Doing these, you'll build the most amount of hypertrophy, and you're also going to build incredible strength. Yes, of course, if you have a strict program, you've been in the gym for a while, you don't need to hit compound lifts. It's not needed. But if you're starting out, in order to gain the strength and also build the muscle that you want, you need to hit these compound lifts. A lot of beginners skip the hard stuff. These compound lifts are difficult. They skip it. The compound lifts are the bread and butter of working out. You get to throw up heavy numbers on a bench press. You get to overhead press heavy numbers. You get to throw up a bunch of weight deadlifting. You also just get to slam weights. It's fun. It is extremely fun to hit your compound lifts. Do not skip the hard stuff. This is how you get your strength, build muscle, burn your calories by doing the compound lifts. So the third biggest mistake today is not having a program. Don't just go to the gym winging it. Yes, you can still build your muscle if you do your compound lifts and you do some nice volume exercises. But if you're just going to the gym aimlessly, just walking around hitting random muscles, today I'll hit some chest, and then tomorrow I'm gonna hit some tris, and then the next day I'll hit some I don't know, legs. No. Figure out a plan. There's a bunch of free programs out there with a full structure on how to work out and also what to hit, what it's focusing on. It tells you everything. There are so many free programs. Get on a program, figure it out. There are so many free tools out there, specifically even just creators on YouTube trying to explain. Jeff Nippard, that guy's amazing. All science-based. He can let you know what you need to do in the gym to gain the progress that you want. Do not walk around aimlessly around the gym, not knowing what you're doing. Even just going up to people and asking people in the gym, hey, what should I do? I'm new, I don't know what I'm doing, I just need some guidance. Direct me to some light. I'm telling you, that is going to help you immensely. Start figuring out, have a program, and start working on yourself. So the fourth one we have is going to be bad form. Everybody has bad form when it comes to certain exercises. I know some exercises that even I struggle with, and I've been doing this for a while. And some new guy is going to struggle, and some guy that has more experience than me is going to struggle with bad form. One thing with beginners, though, and this can tie in with ego lifting itself, is that bad form is just going to cause injury, and they'll basically get comfortable with doing this bad form. This is something that I have, especially with face pulls, is I wasn't doing them high enough. So I was staying low, and preferably if I'm trying to hit my shoulders, I need to go higher. And I'm just so used to keeping it low, and when I sit down and start doing my face pulls, I don't even think about bringing it high, I just bring it low. So there's a lot of things about bad form that you need to fix before you get so used to it. Bad form as well, it's going to cause injury. So if you're doing, let's say even just bench press, you're flaring your elbows out all the way, you're creating a T, you could tear a pec, or you can throw out your shoulder. There's so many ways that you can be doing an exercise incorrectly that you need to watch out for. That's why it's good to just watch videos, or even like a 10-second clip of someone doing an exercise, or just ask around like, hey, can you check my form? You could tell this guy's been doing it for 5, 10, 15 years. Ask him, see what his opinion is. Bad form will get you nowhere in the gym as well, because a lot of people also have bad form because they're rushing their workouts. They're just trying to get a 30-minute workout in, so they're just cranking out whatever they can, not caring what it looks like, not caring how much they throw up. They're just trying to get in and out, and that is a huge con. That's just going to hinder your ability to even gain any sort of muscle or strength. So you need to focus on good form, slow it down. If take an hour for your workout, it's not going to kill you. You have the time. People say they don't have time for the workouts. I promise you, you have the time. Personally, me, I can take anywhere between 60 to 120 minutes to complete a workout. It's just depending on how I feel, and really if I need to focus on something more, then I just slow down, and I completely put my mindset on that to perfect it. Doge. So the 5th biggest mistake that a lot of beginners make is going to be no recovery. This means sleeping, this means nutrition, and this means rest days. So when I first started in the gym, all I would think about is just hitting the gym 7 days a week, eat as much food as possible, and just not think about sleeping. Like, I used to go over to my friend's house and I'd stay there till 2, 3 in the morning, and then I have work at like 7 a.m. So I'd get maybe like 4 hours of sleep on average. Awful. There's a lot of sayings. Muscle grows out of the gym. So if you're not getting your 7 to 9 hours of sleep, your muscle, you're going to notice that it's going to take a lot longer to see any sort of progress. Same thing with nutrition. So obviously you don't need to focus on nutrition. It's very important, and it will help you, and you'll progress faster if you do focus on it. But you don't need to. As long as you're just not going out eating fast food all the time, or just any sort of processed foods. If you just think about it a little bit and think of eating your meats, your greens, and of course, eat any sort of carbs, you're good. That's all you need. Just get rid of the processed food, get rid of that fast food. You don't need it. Obviously, it's okay to have it sometimes. It's okay to have cheat days. But if you're eating fast food every day, you're not going to see a lot of progress. And of course, the last thing there is rest days. Like I said, with the rest days, I used to train 7 days a week. I did notice some progress there, and I noticed that I was gaining muscle that I wanted. But when I started training differently, I noticed how fast I was able to grow with rest days. So I used to train 7 days a week, and then I cut it down to 5 days a week. Amazing. I can tell a huge difference that I was leaner and I was more defined. I can tell that I even felt better by taking more rest days. Because once you get burnt out from working out in the gym all the time, it comes up quick, and you just won't realize how burnt out you actually are. You need to take your rest days. Take at least 2 rest days a week. Of course, if you want to do 7 days a week, as long as you have a structured program for that, so be it. But realistically, if you're starting out, it's best to start roughly around 4 to 5 days. That's my suggestion. That's what I started around 3 years ago doing that, and I noticed the best progress. So that's going to be the end of the video. I'm going to go relax now and say goodbye, Dakota.